to 642-642.
We love to spotlight entrepreneurs and their startup stories. That's why we've got Josh Leavitt, who we've already had some fascinating business owners on the program today. We started with Justin Reed of Rapid Communications and some great discussions. And there's been some really cool names of businesses. Josh Leavitt of ZoKu Vault. I love it. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, Shalom. I have some big shoes to fill, some great guests so far, and I think I'll be talking to Justin after about some of his services. I think we could use them.
Well, it's awesome. You have an interesting story, and as you heard me do this earlier with Justin, I'd love to hear your story about why you decided to drop everything and start a business. Was it or you were in the shower one day and you were just daydreaming and you decided, what the heck, I've got nothing better to do. Time to start ZoKu Vault?
Sure. I wish it was that much of a straight line. I spent about 15 years spending most of my time institutionally organizing other information. And when I left about 18 months ago, after spending a few months trying to figure things out, I decided to start this business after several conversations with friends, family. I got home and I started doing some projects around the house, and I realized that I wasn't really organizing my own life in the way that I had prepared so much in my 15 years of institutional preparation.
So here you are. You created a solution for folks like you, and you have a business partner. So
that's correct.
So tell us a little bit about where you are right now in the journey of entrepreneurship, what you do, what your business partner does, and then let's obviously talk about the product and the solution itself.
Sure. So we launched the business about a year ago, as I said. Product was launched a couple months ago, and we just went live with our corporate console, which we're really excited about. We can get into that in a second. Mm-hmm. But I actually have two partners. One is full-time, and one is more of a senior advisor, both here in Chicago. But yeah, they're both great folks, and we're both we all identified the issue together and decided to kick off the product together. So, love to tell you more about it.
Yeah, so you're in the software space. So you have essentially created a virtual safety deposit box.
That's correct.
Where folks are storing their information. So tell us a little bit about the ideal candidate for ZoKu Vault. Why would somebody use your system in this era of cybersecurity concerns? Why would people be uploading more into the cloud, not less?
Sure. So, cybersecurity is an interesting thing. Obviously, we all hear about, hacking concerns. I've heard, on several of your shows, you've talked about emails and all that stuff. But there's more to it. There's availability. There's access. There's, any, security into your account. There's ability to, secure your identity and what type of information you're putting in there. And what we've really focused on is making sure that all of your information is as secure as it needs to be. If your information resides in email, if it resides in several different places, if it's in paper, in a closet somewhere, well, that's not secure for a different reason. And what we've really tried to do is make sure that all of your information, that either your family or your friends or whomever really needs to know it at a certain time, has availability to it in a safe and secure manner.
Message heard loud and clear. We've all heard that analogy of the shoebox of information when it comes to filing tax returns, but there's an estate planning reason to use ZoKu Vault as well. When you have a lot of family members and there's a lot of important information, it's actually probably more secure to use a system like yours. And I know how hard you and your partners have invested in turning this into a solution that folks can be proud of and that people can trust. So tell us a little bit about who you are working with, which professionals have been talking about ZoKu Vault and really been impressed by the concept.
Sure. So getting back to one of your earlier questions, the product is perfect for families who are looking to make sure that their families are taken care of in all situations, emergencies, sharing that information securely with all of the appropriate family members. But who has this information? Our trusted advisors. Many families work with brokers, financial advisors, trust and estate attorneys, insurance brokers, tax accountants. They have all of this information in various disparate places, and getting it in a place that is easily accessible for the family that, if you asked various different family members, even who that trusted advisor might be, they might not know. And so if something were to happen to you or your spouse or trying to find the person who needs to know at that time, would your, let's say your son needs to take care of you in a certain circumstance, does that person know how to get that information how to call the right person.
So we're chatting with Josh Leavitt, the founder, one of the founders of ZoKu Vault. It's a great concept and a great entrepreneurial story of a business idea, clearly addressing a need, and you're turning it into a reality. But Josh, as I asked Justin earlier in the program, what are the challenges and tribulations of entrepreneurship that perhaps you've learned along the way? Things that you wish somebody would have told you about before, but you've learned the hard way, and maybe you can guide and educate one of our other listeners.
Well, sure. This is one of the reasons I might be talking to Justin afterward. But I didn't spend most of my career as a salesperson, and so getting out there and being an advocate for yourself and being an advocate for the business is really, it doesn't come second nature to some people, and I've spent as much time as I can getting better at it. My partner is good at it as well, but we've really focused on getting the business to where it needs to be, figuring out exactly who that right customer is for it, and getting the word out.
It's very, very true, and I think everybody has their strengths and where they excel, and once you identify that and you realize that's where you should focus, that's probably one of the most enlightening moments of being in business. So time flies when you're having fun. We've got about a minute remaining. Josh Leavitt, ZoKu Vault. I know you're in the early stages of this. You're talking to a lot of professionals. Where can other professionals contact you if they want to discuss this and whether it's the right fit for their clients?
Sure. The best place is the website, www.zokuvault.com. That's ZoKu Vault.com. We're also on all social. You can find those on the website, on Twitter at ZoKu Vault.
Fantastic. And we are a show about networking, and this is about the Chicago small business community. So I always encourage some of the best networking happens here in studio, and I always encourage folks to reach out, even just to chat. Everybody's very open to networking. Josh, appreciate you joining us on the program. Coming up after the break, as we wrap up, we've got more tips, advice, and information shared. Don't touch that dial, Chicago.